Okay, a few things before we start. One, thank you guys for 62 subscribers. Oh my god, we did it. I never thought me making the second channel would get me anywhere, but thank you. Thank you. That's actually a really big number for me because it takes a while for YouTubers who are new to like make it up there. So I just wanted to thank you guys very much. Also, I have a Patreon. You want to go check that out too. Updated for y'all, cheddar. But yeah, y'all ain't here for all that. Y'all here for the mother effing deck profile of my ADAMANCIPATOR SPRIGHT deck. Now, let it be known, I am still trying to cook with this deck, so give me some time. The fact that we don't have Sprite Elf and we don't have Block Dragon really hurts this deck a lot. It's still playable without those, but with at least one of those, we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna show you guys the main deck, the extra on the side, like I always do. These choices are just choices I've made because my personal play styling, etc., etc. So let's get into it. Starting off with the monsters. Plain and simple, you have to run every ADAMANCIPATOR at 3, except for Dragite. Also, before you guys say anything, I know this camera sucks. I will be getting a brand new one. Just know I work paycheck to paycheck, so it'll take some time for me to get better quality stuff, but I am working on it. I'm saving up for a new camera. Like I said, if you guys want to support me on Patreon, please go do so. You know, I can get a better camera for you guys and make more profiles, etc. But yeah, anyways, yeah, these are the ones you want to play. Max on all of these. Playing Dragite at 1 is just fine in my opinion. I don't think you need to play him at 2. You see him anytime you want to, pretty much. Like, so for those who are new about ADAMANCIPATORs, right? This deck is all about excavating, so you're digging through your deck for other rock monsters, right? Each ADAMANCIPATOR tuner, they can summon any rock monster they excavate, besides tuners. So if you excavate a rock tuner, you can't summon it. All right, that's the only thing. Researcher is the best one. If you control a rock monster, summon it from your hand. Seeker is okay. If you control an ADAMANCIPATOR monster, summon him from your hand. This is Cyber Dragon. The only thing is, these cards in hand, they all activate. So you have to go, like, if you normal summon a rock, have her in hand, you go activate to special. Like, it activates. I don't know why. Dragite summons himself if you summon him from off of ADAMANCIPATOR cards. So you just draw a card. Best one. But yeah, that's it for the ADAMANCIPATOR monsters. Other monsters I am running. For 2s, I am running 3 Doki Doki. And I am running Karthan. Karthan, the hidden gem of Seafront. Now, like I said, I'm still cooking with this deck. You got to give me a second. All right, I got you with the spice though. 3 and 3. These are level 2, so they match super well with your sprites. Doki Doki is really good. He summons if you pitch a rock monster from your hand, which is cost, you can summon a rock monster from your deck with the same level and type. So if I pitch a level 2 Earth rock monster, I can summon another level 2 Earth from my deck. So, example, if I pitch a Researcher from my hand, I can summon either a Researcher or I can summon a Seeker, because they're both level 2 rocks. Out there, you can summon himself. No, you can't. You can summon himself actually. But yeah, Karthan is extremely good. He's so good. First of all, he's a water type, so let's get that out of the way now. This is really good for your Dragite Synchro monster. Second of all, his effect is broken. So he has 2 effects, which both come up every time, right? The first effect, you can pitch him from your hand, which is a cost, right? And then you can extra normal summon 1 water or earth monster. Is it earth or water? Yeah. Yeah, water or earth monster this turn. So boom, you pitch, normal summon again. So that's already broken as it is. His second effect is, if you control a water and a earth monster on field and he's in your graveyard, you could just summon him, but banish him when he leaves the field. But he's good because he gives you an extra body, and he's another water monster in your graveyard for your Dragite Synchro monster, which is extremely important. You know what I mean? So yeah, 3 of those. And now for another engine that you are running in here, the Quacky Mirrors. I'm running 3 Supplier, 3 Guardian, and I am actually running the 1 Overlord. So after play testing this deck for a couple days now, that's actually why I haven't been uploading. I've been play testing this deck a lot. You need to maximize on rock monsters in this deck, right? The fact that you run 9 tuner and emancipator monsters, right? You have every chance to try to hit a non-tuner, right? So you want to maximize. Most builds do not even run Overlord, but I want to put him in here for 2 reasons. One, he negates summons. This is really, 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 really good. And like, if they go Monster Reborn, you can negate it. If they go Mass Change, negate it, because he doesn't just stop at hair summons, just summons in general. This card is broken. This stops monster effects. When a rock monster leaves your field, hits your graveyard, and he's in your hand, you summon him. On summon, he searches for any other Quacky Mirror card, so either Guardian or Overlord. So yeah, I wanted to maximize on this and play 7 instead of 6 because, like I said, you want to hit your rock monsters. When you start playing this deck, you'll start to like see what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, cause like there are times where you'll excavate and you'll miss. You know what I mean? And what I mean by miss is you'll hit a sprite, you'll hit a spell or trap, you'll hit a tuner. You want to hit the non-tuners. So you have 7, 10, 11, 12. You have 12 non-tuners you have to try to hit to summon and keep your plays going. If you can't keep your plays going, you lose. That's like the only downside about playing this deck. But yeah, I play these 7 because I think they're really good. Sandman is okay, and the other ones are like Wall's good, but you play Sprite stuff in here, which here you go with Sprite. So you're playing the 1 Sprite Blue, the 1 Sprite Red, the 1 Sprite Jet, and the 1 Sprite Carrot. I know Blue is expensive; it's like $30, but I think because the Prank Kid engine is just no more, I think this is the best engine for this deck until we get Sprite Elf and or Block Dragon off the ban list, which, in my opinion, that won't happen for a long time because Block Dragon is broken, but I think this is a very good engine. So, I'll explain what these cards do. If you control a level 2 or rank 2, or exceed 2, a level or rank 2 monster, you can summon them from your hand, right? They all do this. They all do this, right? Sprite Blue searches out any Sprite monster from your deck, add to your hand. Sprite Red is a monster negate. Sprite Jet Sprite Jet searches out your spell and trap cards. And Sprite Carrot negates spells and traps. So, usually, a big board you can make like a Dragite and a Crystal Wing and or Baron with your Sprite stuff, and the board is very, very, very hard to like crack because you'll have an extra monster negate in your Sprite Red, extra spell and trap card negate in your Sprite Carrot. If you play the trap card, which I do, you have that interruption, you know what I mean? On top of your Dragite and Crystal Wing / Baron in the field. So yeah, those are Sprite engines. Sprite engines, very little. You don't gotta run anything else, in my opinion. The last monsters I am running is 3 Ash, because Ash is a board ender. That's a lot of monsters we play, bro, but you have to play that many monsters. Now for the spells, we play 3 Emancipator Signs. This card's broken, it's not once per turn. I would contemplate about playing Thrust in this deck just to search this out. So, it has 2 effects, right? The first effect is you target a rock monster in your graveyard, and you summon it in defense mode. And again, that's not once per turn. And the second effect, I guess it's a bonus effect. If you bring back an Emancipator monster, it could be a tuner, non-tuner, doesn't matter. You can stack the top of your deck. So, plays with this card is insane. So I'm gonna show you guys like a little small combo. Let's just say you have a Dragite, right? In your graveyard. You can go and you top deck Signs. You go activate Signs, target the Dragite, special the Dragite. Then Signs, you're gonna stack your deck with like a Researcher or a Seeker, right? Dragite effect, you draw a card. You draw into your Researcher. Activate Researcher, summon Researcher, effect, excavate, you know what I mean? Like, yo, Signs is super good. I recommend playing Signs at 3. If you don't want to play it at 3, you could play it at 2, but I think it's really good. The only thing about this deck is you have to be careful of, like, the max cards you do play because you're excavating. So you want to see a lot more rock monsters than you do your spell and trap cards. You know what I mean? I wish this was searchable, but unfortunately it's not. So yeah, 3 signs. In the last spell cards I am running, Double Talents and the one Called By. I think these cards are really, really good. Theoretically, you could change Called By for a Thrust if you have a Thrust if you want, but I really like Talent. I think Talents is really, really, really good this format. Unfortunately, I don't see it as often as I want in this deck, but again, I don't really see spell cards too often in my Emancipator deck, so I see a lot of monsters, which theoretically your monsters are your spell cards and trap cards because like you can make big boards to interrupt your opponent. You know what I mean? But I like this deck because like it's definitely a very skill based deck, but it's also a very luck based deck too. You know what I mean? And that's it for spells. For traps, very self-explanatory. 3 Imperm and the 1 Sprite Double Cross. This is a searchable interruption. If you control a Exceed monster or a Link monster, this card is busted. I recommend playing this. Believe it or not, I took out Sprite Starter for my Overlord. I took it out for Overlord because I'm just like, yo, like, there's been plenty of times where like I would make a big board and like I didn't need Starter. Starter is really good. Don't get me wrong because you can summon a extra body on board. But half of the time, the like boards I make are fine. So I don't think you need Sprite Starter. If you want to play Starter, bro. I'm not saying it's a bad card. I'm not saying don't play it. I'm just saying, me personally, in my playstyle, I didn't really like Starter like that. But anyways, that's it for the main deck. That's the solid 40 cards. I'm gonna show you guys the extra deck. The extra deck, I feel like I still need help with it just a little bit. So just keep in mind, bear in mind with me, okay? You know, I'm still testing out some stuff, what I do like, what I don't like. So, for the rank 2s, 1 IP, and the 1 Sprite Spring. I really wish we had Sprite Elf back because Sprite Elf is really good in this deck. It helps you recur a lot of stuff. But yeah, these 2 are really good. I don't really summon Spren too often, but I think Spren's really good. If you want to cut Spren, honestly, you could cut Spren. I wouldn't blame you because like there's no real good card you want to Foolish Burial like that unless you play I forgot that like Angler card, whatever. Which in that case I might play the Nimble Beaver thing. But yeah, that's it for those. And the 1 Unicorn got a secret one. Shout out Max. Gave me a secret one for free. Finally got one. So no more common. And that's it for the links. Like I said, I'm still working on the extra deck stuff. But now for the Exceeds. The 1 Gigantic Sprite, the 1 Soul Sweeper, and the 1 Gallant Granite, sorry. This searches out any rock monster and or Foolish Barrels them. This could come out for like a second one of Sprite, Gigantic, or just something else in general. His effect is okay. It's okay. He's spot removal. You know what I mean? But again, let me emphasize, I'm just testing out extra deck ratio stuff, so don't flame me in the comments, please. Now for the Synchros. For level 4, the 1 Herald. The Herald comes up pretty often. The fact that I end up on like a Dragite and a Herald, or a Dragite Crystal Wing and a Herald is very busted. Herald's really good. Plus, it's a level 4, so you can Exceed with it and Synchro Summon for it, or Synchro Summon with it. So for 6s, the 1 Raptite and the 1 Leonite. I took out Leonite initially, but I actually just put him back in because there was times where I was in like a grind match where I needed to summon another level 6 Emancipator. And like Leonite is really, really good. If you don't like Leonite, which I think Leonite's okay, I think you could play a second Raptite, in my personal humble opinion. So yeah, don't play Leonite, play second Raptite. Raptite is really good. So these 2 are way better than the Emancipators. Well, Raptite is. Leonite's okay. So what Raptite does, he excavates the top 5 cards, and if you see any rock, any tuner, non-tuner, doesn't matter, you summon it. Leonite does the same thing, but if you see any Emancipator card, so spell, trap, or monster, you add it to your hand. So Leonite is okay, but I think Raptite is way better. Now for the 8s, I am running this package. I think this package is actually very, very, very good in this. So don't have to do too much, but I am running the 1 Stardust and the 1 XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. You can make 8s in this deck phenomenally. And the fact that you could summon XL, bring back your level 2 tuner, and just keep going from there, like what plays, is phenomenal. There's a time where I had a researcher in the graveyard. I summoned XL. I brought back the researcher from the graveyard, and then I activated Seeker in hand to summon the Seeker. Seeker effect, mill off, and etc. So yeah, that's why I run these 2. I think this is a good package. Most synchro decks who can summon these, you should summon this, because like the fact that you can make a Baron and blow up their stuff, you can make Satellite Cannon or Satellite Warrior, is crazy. Like, it's good interruption. Like, your inboards are interruption base. For the 8s, the 1 Dragite and the 1 Crystal Wing, just pretty good cards. Dragite is really good. Spawn Trap negate if you have a water in the graveyard. Monster negate. We know what Crystal Wing does. For the 10s, the 1 Satellite Warrior and the 1 Baron de Fleur. These are the only 10s you play. You can just summon Baron for free regardless, and you can summon this on your opponent's turn and interrupt them pretty easily. I love this card. That's it for the extra deck. Like I said, if you want to take out Soul Sweeper, I wouldn't blame you. You can put more synchros, put more links, exceed, whatever you want to do. I just use my videos as guides to understand how a deck works and / functions. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to show you guys the side deck. Again, this is my personal preference for the side deck, and this is for my local. But you can use this deck as like an overall thing. Although there's one card in here I think you should always side in this deck. But yeah, let's get into it. Straight up, I side 3 Dark Ruler no more and 3 Lightning Storm. Best combo. You go Dark Ruler, Lightning Storm, that go crazy. Jeez, crazy. But yeah, Cashtira still running around. Big, like, I feel like this deck, so this deck going second is actually pretty good. It could break a lot of boards in general, but Dark Ruler helps with that so much. You just go Dark Ruler, and you just play for free from there. You worry about the back row, which is just Lightning Storm's job to do. So yeah, 3 of those. I'm actually siding 3 Spellbound, sorry. This card is sick. This card is so sick, and it's cheap. Pick this card up. I think it's going to be really good in the upcoming format, in my opinion. So, what this card does, right? On activation, all monsters your opponent currently controls, they cannot be tributed, and you cannot use them for anything. So they can't be used for Synchro, Link, Exceed, or Fusion. So they're just not existent. They can still attack and whatnot, but they just can't be used, and you can't tribute it. So this card hurts Thunder a lot. They go summon Rabina, search Eaglin, effect, search. You go chain Spellbound. You keep them monsters there, bucko. 3 Spellbound. You're mistaken arrest. You don't search in this deck like that besides your Sprite stuff. So I think this card is broken in here. You know what I mean? Like, the only time you search is with your Sprite stuff. And even then, like, this turns out searching for a turn. Most people would play Droll, but I think this is just... No, Droll's better, because Droll can stop drawing cards. You activate this, they can only add cards to their hand by drawing them. That's it. But it's like, if they have a pot, you have to ask for that. You know what I mean? I like Mistaken Arrest, because like there are times where, like, against Kashtira, this card is busted. They go activate field spell to search. You go Mistaken Arrest, they go, okay, my bad, brother. So yeah, 3 Mistaken Arrest. The last card I am running, which I think you should side deck in this deck at all times, 3 Iron Wall. Get the Ultra, it's extremely cheap. Iron Wall is so good, you never banish in this deck ever. You don't banish until we get Block Dragon back. You do not banish. So this card is very, very, very good in here. Get Iron Wall in here stat. This stops Evenly. This stops Kashtira. This stops Sword Sotengi. This stops a lot of cards. This stops Runic, bro. Runic cries. You flip this against Runic, it's over. Dinosaurs, they can't banish for freaking Misk. and they can't banish the freaking spell card. You know what I mean? Iron Wall is too good. Iron Wall is so good. But anyways, that is it for my ADAMANCIPATOR Sprite deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am going to work on this deck a lot more. I will bring you guys duels pretty soon. I actually need to just buy like an actual camera for like duels, so that way I could just done recording, put it on my computer, edit it up, boom. Because I tried to do it on my cell phone, and I posted the like video, but like I couldn't view it, and if I can't view it, I can't edit it. But another story. Anyways, thank you guys so much for the love and subscribers. If you're not subbed to my second channel, please do so. We're so close to 2K subscribers, bro. We're so close, so go do it over there. And all right, I will see you guys next time. Have a good one, man.